Nice. There's a lot of bees in there. Hey guys, welcome back to another Nature's Always Right episode, and I'm here with my buddy Andrew, actually one of my first friends here in the North Georgia, Southeast Tennessee area, and he's a beekeeper.
So I've been beekeeping for about 7 years now, and I got into beekeeping through organic gardening, and I just saw the beautiful nature of honeybees. What we're doing here is we're going to do a bee removal. It's called a cutout. So I work with local pest control companies in this area, and it's illegal to kill bees. So these pest control companies, they're looking for beekeepers to help do this. A lot of the beekeepers now are too old to do this kind of work, and it works out that we get free bees, free honey, and we get paid to do it.
That's
so
awesome. Andrew's got a heat gun here. So that's the normal floor at 76, and then you can see it's all that hot spot. And this is that edge that we showed you guys where we saw the bees coming out, so we know they're in that corner.
So this is an 8-frame box. It's a medium. There's deeps, which are a little bit larger. I think this will work. The bees are right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up this floor. We're going to pull out the comb, and we're going to put the comb into these frames and rubber band it to keep them in line. And we're going to try and get all of the brood and all of the eggs together, because the queen likes them all together. And then if we have any extra honey, we'll put that on top.
What do they do with the extra honey? Is it like this, an extra food source, or what is it?
Food source. It helps them to raise their young. Usually the protein is the pollen and the carbohydrates the honey.
Andrew's putting some pheromone on there to help attract and
Swarm Commander.
Swarm Commander.
It's lemongrass oil and some other stuff that smells really good for them.
So the other tools that we have here, obviously we've got to pry these boards up. He also has some sugar water. He said once the bees get inside, we're going to spray them down with this. They'll just eat the honey off themselves. It helps to calm them down. He's got his smoker also to help calm them. And then this pretty cool device. It's like a bee vacuum. So if we have troubles getting to them all, you can just suck them up. It throws them into this box, which is the same size as a 10-frame deep. You can just set it on top. It has a trap door, and you can release the bees into your box below.
Here's their brood. Right
Oh yeah,
there.
look at that.
Here's the queen clip. There it is. So the queen is usually around here, right around where the eggs are.
Andrew just got the queen. He found her. He's got a queen clip.
She's not in there yet.
Oh, I see her. She's right there at the tip. That huge butt, that's the queen at the bottom there.
She got a big butt.
Very cool.
She's in there.
So that was a really important step to find
This in the
her.
bottom.
You have to make sure you get the
That one can go on
queen.
the other one, but we'll just leave it here for now.
And now Andrew's going to just start transferring all the bees into these frames. And the rubber bands are on the frames to help secure the comb in there. And the bees will start repairing all of that and building up the comb in the frame.
You can hear they've changed their pitch.
Yes.
They know their queen's missing.
So by putting that comb in there too, it's kind of saving them some energy, so they don't have to build all that comb from scratch.
Right, so bee math, it takes 7 pounds of honey to make 1 pound of wax. So the wax is very, very expensive for these bees.
Andrew's got the brood now. All those caps that are covered, that's where they are. You can see some of the larvae hanging out there, those white grubs.
You need
That's a
to
baby
take
bee.
that foundation out of there.
You can see some of the colors there. Kind of hard to make it out, but that bright yellow is pollen. So as they collect throughout the season, there's going to be all different colors in there as they collect different sources of pollen. So now Andrew's adding some frames that he just spun the other day. So he took the honey out and he's putting those in. And why do you put those in, Andrew?
So it just encourages them, it gives them a little bit of food. This is fairly traumatic for them, renovating their house. We might as well give them some furniture to move into.
All right, guys, so that's it. Now we just let the box sit. There's an entrance open so that the bees can still enter. The queen is in there, their brood is in there, the pheromones, so the bees are gonna want to go in that box. So I believe Andrew's gonna come back tonight to pick them up, and then he'll bring them in the morning to my house. So done overnight when it's cool, when they're not active, and then we'll release them at my house early morning. So we're back today. Andrew's back checking everything, and we've got a swarm here. Now we're not totally sure if this is a different hive or if it is the hive that we picked up yesterday, and then just part of it is swarming. So Andrew went into the hive over there. There's no bees in there, so that is definitely the hive we got. So what he is gonna do, he's got this box here that has a bottom. So when he brushes the bees off, the queen is gonna fall inside of there. That's the most important part, that we get the queen back inside. Andrew just brushed them. He's trying to brush as many as he can to the box. Ultimately though, he needs that queen to get in there so that the pheromones will attract all the bees. So now it's a couple days past where you saw Andrew up in the tree trying to get the swarm back in and back into the box. Well, we weren't very successful with that. We either didn't get the queen in or they didn't like it. So what Andrew said is probably just gonna happen is they'll try to enter the hives of other local bees and try to survive that way. And because it was such a small hive, there just wasn't a lot of bees to get things going. And he even said that it's only a 50% success rate anyways when you're trying to remove bees and get them to go somewhere, because it's such a dramatic experience for them. You're ripping their home apart, taking the comb, moving them. When they get to the new location, they're either going to be like, well, let's set up shop here, or like they got to find a new home immediately. So that's what ended up happening. And there is still a small ball of bees on the branch over there, but even if I could get them into the box and the queen was still in there, it never would happen. In the future, I'm either gonna buy a nuke from Andrew or another local beekeeper. This is the best way to start your own bees other than catching a wild swarm.